there. That whole sequence was projected on the world's largest 3D digital screen, measuring over 40 feet tall and 180 feet long. And that whole plate was directed by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta Digital. In fact, Weta Digital's won 5 Academy Awards in its very young career here in Hollywood. It won special visual effects awards for movies such as 2005's King Kong, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, and Avatar. We're going to continue along with the Universal Studios Backlots. We pretty much just started. Sit back and get comfortable as we head up the hill, and if you have a camera, you can turn to the right-hand side of the tram and grab a picture of the opening of Skull Island if this is the first time. But beyond that, you're going to see that dilapidated bridge. That bridge is very old and very dangerous to drive over, so we're not going to be doing it today. But we have used the bridge for filming before. Maybe if you did this episode of Quantum Leap starring Scott Bakula. Look at the rings of the blade there. There it is. And there's a bridge on the bridge right there. Earlier next week we saw a page on over the bridge. That page was called a picture car. If you're not familiar with the term picture car, keep looking at your screen. I'll show you some famous picture car examples. A picture car is any vehicle that's on a TV or movie set built by the cameras, and some of our cars have gone on to become just as famous as the stars that have driven them. If you have your own cameras ready, turn them to the left. You can grab some shots of these big screen icons passing by, including the Junior from The Hungry Return. We have the Deathmobile from the comedy Animal House. Magna Pi's Ferrari 308, not a real Ferrari. That's a fake fiberglass Ferrari show over a Volkswagen chassis. That is the time-traveling DeLorean from all 3 of the Backlots picture films. And if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious, you recognize the red numbers and gold numbers passing behind the left. Movie makers rely on our picture cars to really supercharge their films. Using just the right vehicles can make or break a big Hollywood blockbuster. There's no better example for the Fast and Furious movie series. We take these cars and we combine them with CGI and motion control technology to bring all these crazy stunts that you're seeing on your screen to life. And on today's tour, we're going to take you behind the scenes and show you one of these stunts. Have your cameras ready and turn them to the left-hand side of the tram. You'll see 2 cars sitting there on the stage. You want to focus your cameras and your eyes on those cars and don't blink for a second. Now, the only warning I can give you about the stunt we're going to witness is that the stunt is going to get really up close and personal with everybody. So keep those cameras ready. Here we go.
Clear on the set. Let's see the bullet hit. And go. Smoke. Go. Fire. Go. Okay, we're clear for a full run through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action.
William. Hey guys, can you show me any other cool moves today? Nice. Carbonated cards are great examples of what we call motion control technology and special effects. It's a newer special effect that we've been using here in Hollywood on almost a daily basis. Alright guys, that was great. Guys, you can stop dancing now. The stuff's over. We have to go. Seriously, you're embarrassing me and you're embarrassing yourselves. Please stop. Thank you. Let's get you by the Karma and Garden. See you, dude. And if you check out Fast 5 in theaters right now, the 5th Fast and Furious movie, keep your eyes open because Karma and Garden will make a cameo appearance. We're going to do a little bit of traveling here on the Universal Studios backlot on this very nice evening. We're going to go from the streets of Fast and Furious to a little island off the coast of Costa Rica. You heard me right. It's a fun thing from the place. I'm sure you probably have heard of it before. Jurassic. We are headed into the heart of Jurassic Park. Coming up on either side of the train, you're going to see vehicles and set pieces used on Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park film. If you have your cameras out and you're looking for dinosaurs on the backlot today, unfortunately, we had to get rid of them all. We used to keep them here, but they like to set up that got really ugly, so they had to go. We apologize. So instead of talking about the dinosaurs, we can talk about the vehicles passing by. Or we can talk about these dinosaurs right here. Look out! Let's see if we can get all the dinos on the cleanup after all. Remember, if you're sitting in a blue seat, you might get a little wet. And if you didn't get wet yet, don't worry. We have a lot of water effects coming up. Everybody will get it sooner or later, I promise. Speaking of which, weather plays an integral role setting up the food for the Jurassic Park film. Disney Labs the tour sometimes. How do we go about doing weather effects here at Universal? We are located in sunny Southern California, like today. We hardly ever get rain or snow, so what we need it for production, what do we do? Well, I can tell you. I have somebody on board the Tram that knows a lot more about the weather than I do. You know him, you love him, and you know I love him. It's my good friend Al Roker from NBC Today's Show.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy, looking good. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of clouds and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Island Drive. That's the forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your next spot.
I was going to say, flash flood warning, guys. That's kind of impossible on a day like today because for a flash flood here in Southern California, we need a ton of rain. And as you can see, that's not going to happen. The rain came out of nowhere. And that was some thunder that I heard just a little while ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it sounds close. All right, I'm getting worried now. If I have anybody that's new to Southern California with me on today's tour, let me share a little bit of information with you guys. Having this much rain on a muddy hill that we're parking right next to, that's a recipe for a flash flood. So if we have one, please listen carefully to the safety announcement. The cushions that you're sitting on can be used as flotation devices, all right? But more importantly, the person you're sitting next to, well, if you grab them first, they can be your little personal flotation device. So you better start grabbing. We got a flood. Look out back there. And if I were you guys, I wouldn't sit the camera up this Tram. Yeah, that's why. Yikes. That is a lot of water. I didn't expect that at all. Actually, yeah, I did. I do this like 5 times a day. The flood's the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water. We keep it at the top of the hill in a very large tank. All we do is open the doors on the tank and the water flows right down. And the rain is a sprinkler system that can hit onto the trees. Maybe some of you saw the flash flood effect used in the movie Big Fat Liar starring Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Funny, folks!
Right now we're turning out to one of the most historic areas of the Universal Studios backlot. We're going to be driving down what we call Denver Street. Denver Street was the first bunch of sets that we built here all the way back in 1915. So some of the structures passing us by are almost a century old. Again, the buildings here at Denver Street are like facades that we saw in the Metro set. If you peek in the doorways and the windows, you'll see they're totally empty. And you're probably thinking, hey, I bet that Denver Street pops up in your classic movie westerns. You know what? You're absolutely right. If you're just going to start things up here, then I am. Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller. Good stuff. We do have a little bit of a treat for you guys on today's tour. We can take you inside one of our sound stages. You'll see soundstage 50 coming up in front of us. And recently, our friends at Fox TV, they used the stage for the show Bones, starring Darren Boreanaz. Oh, this week.
Sorry, it's bad.
When I talked to him about Bones.
That's what he has in mind?
Yeah, we care about the name.
That's him. Right over there.
You alright? Here inside Soundstage 50 is the exact same set that they used in the episode of Bones I just showed you. It's a recreation of a San Francisco subway system. You notice on each side of the tram there are stairs on the set. Those stairs lead to a second floor above us. This is the 2-level soundstage. Floor number 2 is set up to look like Waterfront Street in San Francisco. We have real cars and real trucks parked right above our heads on the second floor. Alright guys, don't worry. It's the Trevor that come and go here in California all the time. Alright, that's done. Everybody just remain seated, remain calm, and put your seatbelts on. This could be the big one. Oh no, on the left, the ceiling just collapsed back there. And that truck is coming right at us. Look out! No! Well, at least you can see the second floor now. Hang on! Oh, that would hurt. Just hang on, everybody. Whoa! Oh, I shouldn't have shoved that huge soda right before the door. I'm feeling it. Ugh. And I can't believe some of you are taking pictures at a time like this. That's very inappropriate. Whoa. No! Oh no, brace yourself! Oh, that would hurt too. Whoa, stop. Oh, I left the brakes, I put off, and the brakes got nowhere to go. Alright, I think it's over it. Nope, maybe not. Because what would an earthquake be without the toilet cracking up? Remember, just sitting up with your feet, it might get a little wet. Congratulations, you just survived your own disaster. No, that was earthquake, the big one. That was a mechanical effect recreating an 8.3 earthquake on the Richter scale. And our friends at Fox TV used that same effect for that same episode of Boom. Take a look. What's going on?
Let's get out of here! The water main just broke!
Right before we dealt with the earthquake, we drove down what we call Denver Street. I told you guys Denver Street was featured in our classic Western movie. Keep in mind, back in the early 20th century, the Western was the #1 genre movie of the time, kind of like comic book movies are now, so every studio had multiple Western sets. We do as well. Right now we're driving up to what we call 6 Points, Texas. And over the years we have filmed literally hundreds of TV and movie Westerns right here on the set. And some of the biggest cowboy stars of film and TV history have had it out right here on the streets of 6 Points. One of the stars was Jimmy Fallon.
Big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I only just where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot here.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now let's see you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good.
All right. Well, I'll see you again, fellas.
Oh, you can count on the gun. And get.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to talk it out, then.
Even though 6 Points, Texas is featured in our classic Western, some of the kids might recognize 6 Points from a modern movie, the comedy Bedtime Story, starring Adam Sandler from our friends at Walt Disney. We're going to travel south of the border from 6 Points, Texas, into an area in the backlot that we call Old Mexico. Old Mexico was featured recently in the movie Hop. Take a look. We're going to be crowned the Easter Bunny.
Look, Dad, I want to drum in a band. I want to see the world.
You mean the Easter Bunny sees every country in one night?
Oh, really, Dad? What about China?
Yeah, however, Old Mexico doubled as China for that film.
Right, so we haven't cracked China yet.
And you may recognize Old Mexico from TV episodes of NBC's Community and Fox's House. Folks, even though it is getting a little late, we still have some sunshine and it is warm out. We have a tree for you on the tour. We're going to take you to the beach. This beach is kind of famous. You may have heard of it. It's called Amity Island. If you've heard of Amity, you've probably heard about the shark problem that we had here. But don't worry. stories, you're only going to see one shark on the door. Take a look to the right-hand side of the tram. It's the shark that we caught. There he is hanging up. The terror is finally over. If you're still looking to the right, you'll see a police boat out there. Look for bubbles near the boat. That's a diver. That's not his name, and that's what he's doing. You see the bubbles? That's him. I got some sunlight in my eyes. You guys see what looks like a shark fin out there? Diver guy, I think I saw a shark. You might want to get out of the way. Can he hear me? Dude, swim for the boat! Get out of... Oh, folks. I'm sorry you might have witnessed this. He had a lot of guts for being out there. Ew, and there they are. That's gross. Alright, nobody panic. I have an idea. How about we pull up behind these explosive barrels on the pier? We'll be safe there, right? As you can see, this water is hundreds of feet deep. Keep your eyes open. The shark is still out there somewhere. He's not going to let us go that easy. Where is he? Come on. Okay, you grab the bay on the barrel. We can track him, but we got a problem. That gas pump came loose. We sprayed gas on the dock. Somehow that gas got ignited, and now we have a fire. Oh, boy. Well, let's take advantage of this. If anybody has hot dogs or marshmallows, bring them out now. Oh, I forgot to mention the shark is attracted to... Should have said that earlier. Sorry. Now, sometimes that pesky mollusk is a little too quick for people. So if you want another picture, keep your camera straight to the right. And you can grab a shot of the only shark on the West Coast that can do the backstroke. There he goes. Trust me, you will not see that at SeaWorld. Now that shark worked a lot better than the mechanical shark worked in the movie Jaws, when they brought that animatronic shark out to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and they put him in the water for the very first time. He immediately sank to the bottom, which prompted the production crew to nickname the troubled movie Claws. Think about it, you guys will get it. I have director Steven Spielberg here on today's tour with some of the cast from Jaws to tell you a little bit more about that mechanical menace.
That's much more trust that didn't work at all. Wherever you were on time, they were always saying, that is not working for me. I'm sorry. The shark was blown up for a while there.
And there's a picture of the happy couple. That is director Steven Spielberg with a mechanical shark named Bruce. He named the shark after his lawyer. True story. On the right-hand side of the tram on the hill, you'll see a house that we call the Chicken Ranch. You may recognize the Chicken Ranch from these TV shows and movies. Earlier, I forgot to mention that ABC does film Desperate Housewives here at Universal Studios. We just turned on the full fitness with Mystery Lane. If you have your cameras ready, we'll give you guys the VIP tour of the neighborhood. We'll start everything over on the left-hand side of the tram. You'll see that pumpkin-colored house going by. That one is Eva Longoria's house. She plays Gabriella on the TV show, or Gabby for short. We'll keep everything to the left to make it easier for you to take pictures. You'll see the yellow house passing by. That one is Terry Hatcher's house. She plays Susan. Next down left, you'll see the greenhouse. That one is Felicity Huffman. She plays Lynette. And if you're not familiar with Desperate Housewives, take a look at your screens. Here are the ladies in the houses that they live in.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
What the heck? Let's do that.
That was Nicolette Sheridan. She lived in the house passing by on the right-hand side of the tram, the pink house. However, she's no longer on the show. If you've been watching this past season, you know that Vanessa Williams just moved in. The reason we took that corner so slow is because of Bunny hopped in front of the tram. We didn't want to run it over. That'd be bad. And if you take a look over on the left-hand side of the tram again, you'll see that dark blue house going by with some pretty flowers in front of it. That one is Marsha Cross's house. She plays Bree Vandekamp. Again, the house is here at Wisteria Lane, empty shelves inside. We here at Universal Studios use Wisteria Lane or Colonial Street as was known before the lane is moved in. for outdoor exterior shooting only, with one exception. Nicolay Sheridan's old house, or Vanessa Williams' new house, however you want to look at it, that pink house at the end of the loop. That's what they call a practical house. That means it's practically real, and there are sets on the inside that can't be built. This is another buddy going by on the left-hand side of the trail. We're all over the place up here. That's weird. As you see, it was seriously behind you. There's another one. We're going to take you to one of my favorite areas here on the Universal Studios backlot, and this area is synonymous with this view right here. For the filming, actually constructed Whoville here on the Universal Studios backlot. And if your cameras are ready, you can see some of those sets built in. If your camera's to the left, will see exactly what I'm talking about. We built these sets of Whoville out of, believe it or not, styrofoam. We used over 2 million linear feet of styrofoam for all the sets of the Grinch. We even used enough base film to cover 9 football fields. Here's the scene from the Grinch where these sets were featured.
Hey, Sonny, wait!
Now, the Who's don't only have to worry about the Grinch, because here in the back lot they have a lot of weird neighbors that you can call where they do a real psycho. Keep your cameras pointing to the right-hand side of the train to get a great shot of the Bates Motel, and up on the hill to get this psycho house featured in Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller Psycho, starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. And if any of you are on vacation here in Southern California, you guys are looking for a place to stay tonight, I understand the Bates Motel does have several rooms available.
We have trouble.
How can you not trust a place like that? Up next, we're going to take you inside one of the largest sets ever constructed for a motion picture. We're going to show you the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. When we get inside the set, we'll stop for a few moments. You guys wait to stand up until we come to a complete stop, and we'll hang out for a little bit. And again, keep those cameras ready. Trust me, you won't believe what you're about to see. All that remains of the neighborhood that Tom Cruise hikes out in the film. And yes, on the left-hand side of the tram, that is a real Boeing 747. That Paramount and DreamWorks Pictures destroyed for the making of this scene from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. That's how you make it sound as you're pushing us, okay? Now close to me. Robbie, get in. Get in.
We're getting ready to wrap up the tour, but before we do, there's a couple of more things we want to show you. We're going to take a little bit of a turn up ahead as we just want to take a look over on the right-hand side of the train. You'll see this big wall out there on the back lot with that concrete bunker in front of it. We call that Falls Lake. That's a man-made lake. We can fill it or drain it anytime that we need to. We just happen to be drained right now. Falls Lake was built back in the mid-1980s for the third sequel to the Jaws films, Jaws the Revenge. Here's how Falls Lake works. See how all the water is touching the skyline? That's what the lake looks like when it's filled. The skyline is the big blue wall that you see on the right. So all those clouds They're not real. They're painted on the wall. Falls Lake was also featured in Jurassic Park 2 starring Sam Neill. We kept it dry like now for the home of Eric Adam. Tom Hanks splashed down here in Apollo 13. Frankenstein rode off into the sunset here from Van Helsing. Jim Carrey walked on the water here from Bruce Almighty. And George Clooney almost drowned here with a cow from over the road now. And you can see Falls Lake on the big screen right now if you check out Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean or on Stranger Tides with Johnny Depp. We do have one more set to hear on the back lot before we get you guys back to Tram Plaza. This last set was featured in the film The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Fiennes. A little controversy about this set. You can see it coming up on the right. They say that the set of The Mummy that we're going into right now is haunted by a mummy's curse. Now, guys, if that was true, we want to take you inside. It'd be very foolish of us. Antonio and I have done this thousands of times. We're not going to have a problem keeping cameras out. And turn them immediately to the right. The first thing we'll see inside the tomb is, absolutely nothing. Why the lights out here? What's going on? Wait, what's that sound? Oh, Scarabee. That's not part of the tour. Alright, guys, I can't explain the Scarabee, but I know why it's dark in here. We lost power in the set. It happens all the time, believe it or not. Okay, I can't explain the scary music either, but you know when the scary music starts in the movies, bad things happen, and I would say this is a bad thing happening right here. Hopefully none of you leave right before the door. That was not me. Alright, I don't know about you, but that sounded like an ancient Egyptian curse to me. You know what? I think the whole urban legend about the set being haunted turned out to be true. We found out the hard way. It's a dead end. You cannot get out of here and stop the normal life. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. You used to be the host of the forum. Why are you still here?
It's not good.
Oh, well, you should have gone while the kids got good. He got it. We got you. Ew, Beetlejuice. Gross. Gross, but so refreshing on a day like today. Wouldn't you agree? Don't worry. As you settle ahead, we have survived the curse of the mummy's tomb. And something tells me, I don't know what it is, but something tells me if you were sitting in a blue seat, you got a little wet. There you go, as advertised. That's it for the tour. We're going to get you fine folks back up to Tram Plaza. But before we get there, I'm going to turn it one final time to our host, Jeff Fallon. He has a special musical goodbye just for you.
Well, I can't believe it. We've made it to the end of our tour, you guys. How about John and Antonio? Weren't they the best? Before we go, I'd like to sing a little song I made up. I was just 5 years old. It's called Tram Chapter. We had a real good time together. Now the ride is done. We saw some crazy cool stuff, and we had a lot of fun. This tram has made its final stop. Don't be sad and blue. There's still one more thing that I'd like to say to you. Have a tram-tastic day. Have a tram-tastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram, and everything will be alright. Go! Have a tram-tastic day. Have a tram-tastic night. Watch your step as you exit the tram. Everything will be alright. Just the dad now. Everything will be alright. Just the mom.